Hello my darlings and welcome back to my channel. Today is Makeup Monday and I am bringing you something new today, which is a Will It dupe. I recently found these guys, which are from Ccolor Cosmetics. They are the dupes, supposedly, to the Beauty Killer and the Androgyny palettes. So, today I created this look for you. Do you know which side is which? Can you tell from this? Let me know in the comments. Pause this video. Let me know. Which side do you think is Jeffree Star? And which side do you think is Ccolor? But if you really want to find out which one's which, stay tuned for the tutorial. Alright, let's get this party started. I've got the dupes for the Beauty Killer palette and the Androgyny palette. We're going to start with the swatches. This is going to be probably a long video because I'm going to go through all the swatches. Got my notes right here. So I'm going to go through a lot. I hope the lighting is good. I hope the lighting is better than it has been. I got new lighting and they are much brighter. So I don't know how washed out I am. I don't know how I'm going to end up looking at the end of all of this, but let's just jump right into this because, like I said, it's going to be long. We're going to start with the Beauty Killer palette. I use this one religiously. Like, as you can see, I've already hit pan on Courtney. And I'm getting close to probably hitting pan on China White. If I just want a quick and easy look, I'm gonna go with these two colors. The other day when I went to HauntCon, which was awesome, by the way, New Orleans was so much fun. You guys will see that footage in Wednesday's video because I don't know where to plug it in at, so I figured I'd just plug it into Wendy Darling Wednesday, and then I could just talk to you guys and tell you about my experience and all that fun stuff. So you guys will see that on Wednesday. But the makeup look that I did, which I will put on the screen right now, is basically Courtney, China White, Vanity, and Rich Bitch, which are these four colors right here. So, alright, so we've got the Beauty Killer palette on this side, and we've got the Ccolor dupe. As you can see, they are very, very similar. The Jeffree Star palette retails for $45. The Ccolor retails for $13.99 on their website. I think I paid $14.99 on Amazon. So it's about under $15 and you get the Ccolor one. They're both cruelty free. The only difference is Jeffree Star's formula is vegan. You're getting 2.52 grams per pan in the Jeffree Star one, and you're getting 2.2 grams in each pan in the Ccolor Cosmetics one. We all know that Jeffree Star's formula is amazing, so we're going to be testing out to see if the formula is even close, to see if these colors can blend, just to see what's going on. This one has three finishes, matte, frost, and glitter, and the Ccolor one has it just says formulated in rich and extreme pigmentation. Just looking in the pan, they look spot on. This is the Beauty Killer dupe, Unisex 2 from Ccolor Cosmetics. We're going to move on to the Androgyny dupe, and then we're going to do some swatches and a look. So stay tuned. So, here is Jeffree Star's second palette. This is the Androgyny palette. And we have Ccolor's Unisex 3 palette right here. So as you can see, they are really, really close. Now, this is the one that I noticed the most differences in the pans. Jeffree Star's are a lot brighter than the Ccolor ones. And again, this is $13.99 and Jeffree Star's are $45. And so it breaks down to about $4.50 a pan in Jeffree Star's. And these break down to about $1.40 a pan. Again, the same thing. You get 2.2 grams per pan and 2.52 grams per pan in Jeffree Star's. So same thing. The only difference is in this one has two finishes, super matte and metallic. And this one just says the same thing, rich and extreme pigmentation. So let's get on to swatching. All right, first up, we've got the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. Another thing too, the unisex colors don't have pan names, they just have pan numbers. So there's that. We're gonna go in with this bright hot pink, which is Star Power. That's what Star Power looks like. Next in the pan is Princess, which is this really pretty pink one. Next up is Violence. This is one of my favorite ones. This is called Rich Bitch. so pretty. Look at that. All right, and my favorite, Courtney. I am loving that one. All right, that is the top row of the Beauty Killer palette swatched. Next, we're gonna move into the bottom row, starting with Expensive, which is a very pretty metallic blue. Confession. Oh, I don't use that color enough. Man, that is such a pretty color. Vanity. China White. And last but not least, Black Rainbow. Beautiful pigmentation. They feel like butter. They really feel like butter. The only one that doesn't feel like that is Rich Bitch, and that one's because it is a glitter formula and it does not feel as buttery as the rest of them, but just look at the pigmentation. And now on the top of my arm next to them, going this way, I'm going to swatch the other palette. Let's just get in. Here's number one. Okay, first off, that feels amazing. That feels like Jeffree's. Okay, so let's see what the swatch looks like. I'm excited. I'm also scared. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Moving on to shade number 2, which actually what I'm going to do is when I swatch it, I'm going to tell you the color that it matches up with. So number 1 is the same as Star Power. This is number 2 in the Unisex 2 palette, which is Princess in the Jeffree Star palette. Number 3 in the Unisex 2 palette is the same as Violence. I can see a difference in this one quite a bit. As far as pigmentation goes, as far as how it feels great. It feels the same. It has a lot more purple, and Violence has more of like a kind of a magenta like undertone. Can y'all see that? Like it has more red undertone, and this has more like blue undertone. Y'all see that? Okay. It's definitely not as pigmented and as bright as Jeffree's, and the color's a little off. Jeffree's is obviously a little richer, and yeah, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Okay, we're getting to Courtney. We're getting over to Courtney, which is number 5. Again, these all feel amazing. They really do. They feel super good. There is number 5, and it is definitely a lot lighter, but let's see if it's buildable. Still a lot lighter, you know, but it's close. It's close. We're gonna move into the bottom row here. This is shade 6 through 10. This is the dupe for Expensive. Oh wow, that's really pretty. It's a lot less glittery. Like if you can see in Jeffree Star's pan, there's like little flecks of glitter. And in the Ccolor pan, it's just like metallic. So we're gonna put that one right there. Oh yeah, the colors are not even the same at all. This is more, I actually kind of like the Ccolor one a little better. Yeah, this is more of a teal, whereas this one is more of a prettier aqua color. And yeah, But I'm not mad at this formula at all. Next up is shade number 7, and this is Confession. You can definitely tell a difference in this one. Yeah, you can definitely tell a difference in this one. This one is a lot less pigmented. This is a lot more on the rusty orange side, as opposed to Jeffree's, which is more of like a brick red undertone. Number 8 in the pan is the same as Vanity. Definitely not the same kind of pigment. Let me see if I can build it up. I'm not as impressed with this one. You can see the difference for sure. Moving on. Number 9 is the same as China White. And we're just going to put that right here. And it is more, it's not as matte. I'm going to build it up. It's not as, it's not bad. It's not chalky, that's for sure. Unlike this one, which is kind of chalky to me. But you probably can't see it on my white skin. It does blend in, but there are the 2 colors right there. And last but not least, this one is the same as Black Rainbow. That is the color. It's definitely not nearly as pigmented, and we're just going to go right here. Let me build this black up a bit. I'm impressed. I was not expecting them to feel as good as they felt. I really wasn't. I was expecting them to just not perform. And I'm actually a little shook. Do I think this is a decent dupe for the Jeffree Star palette? Abso-freaking-lutely, especially for the price. You still have really buttery, pigmented shadows. We're going to see how it performs on the eyes after I do swatches for Androgyny. I will say that the pink in both of the palettes does stain my arm, so I know that they probably will stain your eyes as well. Moving on, we got the Androgyny palette and the Unisex 3 palette. So first up, we've got Frosting. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, why don't I use this? All right, next we have Safe Word. You can see my skin is still stained. That is nice. Next up, we've got Charm. That color is so pretty. Again, why am I not using this palette as often as I should? All right, next up, we've got Deja Vu. That is gorgeous. It's like a copper penny, but better. And last, we've got Dominatrix. Bottom row, first one, Androgyny. I have this lip color too. This lip color is beautiful. As is the shade. A little patchier down here. Next up, we have Fetish. Oh, that color is so pretty. Next up is Military. I like it, I like it. And then we've got Poison. Ooh, I really like that. It's very peacock blue. And last but not least, we have Swallow. Ooh, that is pretty. All right, and here is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette swatched. All right. Next up, we have the Unisex 3 palette from Ccolor Cosmetics. First one compares to Frosting. Same buttery texture. Really nice. Not quite Not quite there, but you wouldn't really be able to tell a difference if it was on your eyes. And next up is Safe Word, number 2 in the Ccolor palette. Very close. Okay, that one's really close. Number 3. So far, I'm really impressed at how close those are. All right, next up is number 4 in the palette, which is the same as Deja Vu. Wow, that one is really good. That one is really nice, actually. A little chunky, but I swirl a bunch to get as much product on my finger as I possibly can. I can already tell that Dominatrix is more red in nature, as opposed to this 5th color in here. It's more brown. So let's dive in and see. A lot patchier as well. Build that up a little bit. This is the dupe for Androgyny. Oh, it's even patchy on my finger. I'm gonna grab some more. Okay. You can see it's kind of patchy. But the color is pretty darn close. I think they did a better job with this palette than they did with the first palette, to be honest. This one I don't think they're going to get right. Fetish in the Jeffree Star palette is beautiful metallic red, and this one looks more of a brownie red, but we're going to see. Again, quite patchy. It's not nearly as pigmented. And neither is the Androgyny dupe. This one is not nearly as pigmented. Again, you could probably build these up. Next up, we have the military dupe. Ooh. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's build it up some. It is more grassy green than military is more of a muted army green, and this is more of a grassy green. You can even see the difference. I'm going to go ahead and swatch into military again just to build military up so you can see the difference. So you've got your army green down at the bottom, which is military, and then you've got the more grassy green at the top. So pretty color. It's not a dupe. You know, it's pretty. It's just not, it's not an army green. All right, next up is the dupe for Poison. Oh, and I got my nail in it. Ah! Put that one right here. Ooh, and I got a lot on my finger, so it has lots of kickback. And last but not least is the dupe for Swallow. These are really, really soft. These last 2 shades, really soft. Like, I didn't really dig too much into the pan, and they're just moving all over the place. So there's a lot of fallout. Look at, see? There's a lot. You don't need a whole lot then. It's everywhere now. But you don't need a whole lot, so let's just go ahead and swatch that one. And that one is pretty darn close as well. So I gotta say I'm a lot more impressed with the Unisex 3 dupe for the Androgyny palette more than I am for the Unisex 2 for the Beauty Killer palette. The colors just were a lot better in this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures of these swatches, and yeah, then we're gonna get started on the look. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I have cleaned off my arm, and my arm is not happy with me. There was a little bit of staining, especially with like the blue shades. You probably can't tell, but yeah, let's stop talking and let's get into this makeup. I'm not gonna do my face first because I am anticipating fallout faux show. We're gonna start with what I use most of the time is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I also use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I really like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It has really good staying power. I need to get a full-size one. This is just, I ran out of my full-size one and I ended up getting a sample in something, I forget what. And I absolutely love it. All right, now that my lids are primed, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna use, probably Jeffree Star is gonna be on this eye. And we're going to do the Ccolor ones on this eye. And I'm going to use a mixture of both palettes because I don't want to do two separate looks. I thought about doing two separate looks and then I was like, nah. I'm going to do this side Jeffree Star and this side Ccolor. I'm going to start with Courtney, China White. You already know. Let's do this. I'm going to clean my brush off and I'm going to go in with the same color in the Unisex 2 palette. Clean my brush. Right away. You can see a difference. Way more pigmented. I'm going to have to work a little bit on this one to build it up. And hopefully I can get the same pigmentation. This is the Ccolor. This is Courtney. So I'm going to continue building this color up until I can get a color that matches as close as possible. It's just really not building up at all. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to go in with China White. Cleaning my brush off and going in with the China White dupe. Can y'all see that? That is a lot more metallic-y looking than it is matte. But I'm not mad at it. It's just not China White. I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm just going to kind of buff that white a little bit more. Still very, very white up here as opposed to up here. But moving on. I'm going to clean off my 217. This is what I use all the time. I need to get multiples of them. I just saw that they started moving all their brushes over to synthetic, so there might be a synthetic 217 in my future. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is not synthetic. But let's go ahead and brush, and I need a dupe for it, so let me know what you use. I'm going to go in with Vanity. Take another fluffy brush, and I'm going to go back in with Courtney. Back in with Vanity. And I'm going to go in with the equivalent of Vanity. We shall see. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that on the outer third and into the crease. Oh, where is it though? Where did it go? Okay, I'm not going to tap my brush off on this one and see if it stays. Okay. Don't tap your brush off, you lose your color. Going with the Courtney equivalent. Going in with more of that China White dupe. That is so bright. I'm just going to keep going. We're going to use the Unisex 3 and the Androgyny palette underneath the eye. And I think I'm going to use the gold. Instead of using Rich Bitch, I think I'm going to use the gold from the Androgyny palette just so I can incorporate more of the Androgyny palette in this look, which I only used the Beauty Killer palette last time. I'm going back in with some Vanity. Going back in with more of the Vanity dupe. I will say that there is color payoff, but you do have to build it up. You really do have to build it up. All right, set this palette aside for a minute and let's go into the Androgyny palette and the Unisex 3 palette. I'm going to take a flat brush that is stained and go in with Frosting, which is this really pretty gold shade in the beginning. And this is why I did not do my foundation first. Flip the brush over and I'm gonna kind of work this line together. Right, clean that brush off. Go in with the equivalent. Color is just, you gotta build it. All right, I'm gonna clean this off again and go back in with Frosting. Okay, so both sides I lost the shimmer. So I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna add, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my finger with both. So here's Frosting. Here's the one from the Ccolor Cosmetics. I think it's a bit darker on this side than it is on this side, so I'm going to try and build that up again. I don't know what's going on right here, but that's not the shadow, that's me, so I'm going to try and fix that. I think I want to go with like a blue and a green under my eyes, so we're going to test out probably Military and Swallow. And the equivalent in the other palette. So we're going to take a pencil brush and I think I'm going to start with Swallow in the outer third and clean that off and go in with some Military, just that green. We're going to blend that into Swallow. And then I think I want to take Charm, which is this pretty orange color. My brush is already stained. I want to go underneath those two colors and blend them together. Okay, so this is what I got going on. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side using the same colors in the Ccolor palette. Gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the blues and the greens from the Ccolor one. So this is the look, guys. I am gonna obviously finish it with some lashes and some liner and probably put a pop of color in my waterline as well. But as far as the shadows, they are performing quite well. It's a little task to get the shades to kind of balance out. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face off camera and then I'll be back and yeah, we'll talk about this some more. Be right back. All right, you guys, I am back. Full face done. Got a little flushing going on. I don't know. Do any of you guys have that annoying thing? Yeah, we are overlined to the gods today. Okay, so my thoughts. I think for the price, you're getting a decent dupe. Now, is it exact? No, of course not. Jeffree's formula is top notch. These blended really well. I did have to build up the color quite a bit to get the same pigmentation that barely any of Jeffree's gave me. So this is the look I came up with. I'm wearing Androgyny on my lips. I did a very dramatic wing. I didn't intend on that, but it just happened. There's a lot of mixed opinions on whether or not you should support a dupe company like the one that just came out, the Copycat Beauty. I don't have such a problem with like a dupe palette as I do with the person who they chose to represent their company. That I have a problem with. So I will not be testing that out on my channel, period. But Ccolor, I haven't heard anything good or bad about them. I did find out about them from Beauty Addiction. She posted a different dupe. I don't know which palette it was that she duped, but she also put up pictures of these. And so I was like, ooh, I need to get those because I wanted to try this out. I wanted to see if they were Jeffree Star quality. Of course they're not. I knew they weren't going to be, but I wanted to see what the formula was like. I wanted to see what the color payoff was going to be, and I'm happy with it. No, they do not look exactly alike, but I mean, for the price, you really can't beat it because you can get the same look for a fraction of the cost. If you want quality shadows that you don't have to use a whole lot to get color payoff, then I would definitely suggest you buying the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. Again, not everybody supports Jeffree, and I totally 100% get that, especially when he comes for people that really support him, like Porcelain. That just really turned me off, but again, she's in the same boat as I am. The products are good. Jeffree is problematic. Regardless of how he acts, the products are great. I would say the Unisex 2, which is the dupe for the Beauty Killer, was not as good of a dupe palette as the Unisex 3, which was for the Androgyny palette. This one had more almost identical shades in it than the Unisex 2. So overall, I would definitely say both of these palettes are worth the money. They are worth buying if you are on a budget for sure, and you don't want to spend $90 on 2 palettes. You can spend, you know, $30 on 2 palettes. That's just my 2 cents on this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments if you don't like dupe products. If you do like dupe products, what you think of other companies completely ripping off other people's ideas. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really curious to know. And again, check out my Instagram. It'll be linked below. It'll have a lot more up-close pictures of this look in all of its flaws and glory. So yeah, I hope that you guys are doing well, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I post a new video, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, weather plays a big part in my uploads, unfortunately. With all that being said, I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Bye!